Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a quick and crisp video about Siraj and his comeback. So as you might have seen, he uploaded an apology and I wanted to react to the apology and give my comments on it. Maybe you guys can comment down below on what you think of his comeback. Let's have a discussion down in the comment section. I'll give you my thoughts on the video and I think let's jump right into it.
Hello world, it's Siraj. It's been a while. It's been a month and a half since I've posted a video. This video is dedicated to all the developers whose code I have used in my videos without properly crediting and just claiming that it was my code. For those of you who don't know, for the past few years I've been making YouTube videos, hundreds of them, and what my practice has been is I will spend all my time on github.com, which is where code lives, I love GitHub. And I'll just be analyzing and looking for code that I think is cool and useful. And then once I find some, I'll download it, re-upload it to my own GitHub, and then put the name of the author at the very bottom of the GitHub README. I'll then make a YouTube video about that code to get more people interested in it. But inside the video itself, I'll be like, hey, this is the code. I'll be very ambiguous. I won't name the author. And then sometimes, and here's the embarrassing part, sometimes I'll literally say, this is my code. You know, all I did was re-upload someone else's code. It's not my code.
So at least he's honest about that part. And maybe I'll come to that later as well. So what he basically says is that he made a mistake, but he doesn't go into depth on the payment that the people have done. So he earned almost $240K as far as I know. So Siraj obviously made a mistake and he admits it. And I think what others can take away from it, instead of just giving or joining the huge shitstorm that Siraj had over the past 2 months, is that if you do your own YouTube videos or write your thesis or write any other work in your school or university, is that you really have to take care of that you give credit to the authors or publishers and make sure that you quote every single thing that you take out of these papers, books, or wherever you find stuff that you want to use in your thesis. So I think that's kind of a refreshing idea that he gives us and that we'd have to take care of.
And you know, the reason I did that is just selfishness and ego, pretty much. And I just convinced myself that it wasn't that way because I was still doing good for other people. Just the practice of doing it was enough, and that's how I justified it to myself. But looking back, that's just not the case. But I had to have everything blow up in front of me to really appreciate that. Basically, I lost a huge part of my reputation. I lost all of my sponsorships, brand deals that I had. I lost friends. I lost the respect of people that I admired. And
so this is very important. So that's also why I don't like jumping on this bandwagon and hating on Siraj. I mean, he did a mistake. We mentioned it. We all know it. And I think at some point you have to forgive. I mean, there's a reason why people have the option to re-socialize if they made a mistake. And I think if you lose friends, they never have been your real friends, but that's another topic. If you lose friends and lose the respect of people you admire, I think that's hard stuff for, like, psychologically. And you can also see that he gained some weight, as far as I can tell. And I think that's because of the stress level or the stress he went through. And I think at some point we have to stop. And I see a lot of people also in the comment section like still hating on him and like giving him bad names, which I don't really like, because he acknowledged, or he knows that he made a mistake, and at some point we have to stop, I think. Let me know in the comments what you think, but in my opinion, I think it's enough.
And I seriously considered, many different life paths. Or just not considering life in general, to be totally frank. But
did it just say that he maybe wanted to kill himself? Maybe, I'm not a native speaker, but maybe I misunderstood it. Maybe let me know in the comments. But that's hard stuff, to be honest.
I basically got through a bunch of things like that. And so basically I went through my GitHub repositories, all 400 plus of them, and I found the names of all the developers who I didn't credit in the video, and I'm gonna read them out to you right now. This is a first step here, but it's more like a show of respect to the developers out there, because in the end, you guys, first of all, I'm sorry to any developer who's ever felt slighted by the fact that I made a video but I didn't properly credit you guys. You guys are my heroes. Like, developers are my heroes. I'm your cheerleader. I'm your promoter. I'm the guy who is trying to uplift you, because you're the one who's actually doing the work. If you like to code and you share that code with people on GitHub, to me you're like family. To me, like, I love you. I'm not you. I want to be you, but my whole job is to promote you, and I think I've had to admit that to myself and admit that publicly. So I'm sorry. Like, I will do better. Let me read out your names, and then we'll have more to say. And some of you guys, you didn't have your full name on GitHub, so I'm just reading your username.
David. Okay, we'll just skip over that. I mean, you can see it. I think he also put it in the video description, which he did, yes. So we'll jump over that.
I thought about many different life paths, because this has been a huge emotional roller coaster for me, all this criticism, and it made me seriously consider not doing YouTube and doing something that would be less taxing mentally. I thought about becoming a public school teacher. I thought about, teaching them computer science, like elementary school kids who would love my neural network raps. That's for sure. I know this for a fact. I thought about becoming a consultant, like engineering consultant, marketing consultant. I thought about starting a SaaS company. I was, interviewing different founders. But in the end,
like, I think with the current reputation, it would be quite hard to find a place or to create a company. You probably have to find some co-founders and then act a little bit more in the background. That's my opinion. I mean, I'm not an expert in this. And when it comes to being an educator, I think that's a great idea. Like, engaging kids and starting from a very young age. I mean, why not?
This is the one thing that I've been able to stick to longer than anything else in my life. Like, I can't believe I've been doing this for 4 years. Like, that's a huge accomplishment, for me.
Like, considering that he's doing it for like 4 years and has like almost 700K is like insane. Like, if I can achieve that in 4 years, 700K, like, that would be insane. So big respect to Siraj.
And, I know that I've helped people, and I know that I can help people. I know that I can use this YouTube community as leverage to change the world. School of AI was a great example of that. School of AI wasn't just in one place, one city. It was in 400 cities all at once, automatically. Like, that is something you can't just do, without social media. And so in a way, I'm kind of ruined by that. Like, I understand what one can do, what one person can do if their voice is amplified by social media 1000x. So I recognize that power.
And that's the advantage and disadvantage of social media. Like, the only thing you have to win basically is to go over this imaginary barrier inside of like the internet, and you can create a lot of emotions like hate, love, etc. So it's a very dynamic system, and once you make a mistake like he did, you saw what happened. So but also what he mentioned, like, that we maybe, on all of the subscribers from Siraj, like, maybe take our hate, change it into something positive. Maybe those who still hate on Siraj take this energy, create their own YouTube channel, and start small, like I do currently. I have like 800 subs, which is nothing, but still trying to educate people, inspire people, and maybe they can learn something from you, or I can learn something from you out there. So why not? Let's just stop the hate and be productive, be positive.
I don't take it lightly. I don't take that responsibility lightly. Like, I don't want to make a YouTube video unless it's going to be super meaningful to me moving forward. It's not going to be just for views. Here's the other thing. I have been so obsessed with hitting 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but after seeing, so much criticism,
like myself,
and negative news about me, I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care about views, likes, subscribers anymore. All I care about is doing is about making videos that are meaningful to me, that I think are going to be meaningful to other people, but regardless of whether or not they like it. That is a huge mental shift for me, because all this time I've been trying to engineer the videos to get more views, more likes, more subscribers. And I would make videos about topics I didn't even care about. Like, to be honest, like anything having to do with stock prediction, I just did for views.
This is so crucial, actually. Like, this is one of the biggest points here, because if you have your own channel, or let's say you do anything else in life, like writing a thesis or whatever, a paper, like Warren Buffett said, the most successful people, they made the least mistakes. So why don't we just take the mistake that Siraj made and optimize our own life, and just take this as an example, not to do it like Siraj did? So maybe that's something positive we can take out of it.
Just say that right now. This is just like confession. This is like just like confession. Like watch me build a trading bot. You know, anything having to do with stock prediction. I just made that for views. I don't want to do that anymore. That is a practice I no longer care to do, and it just took a huge shift. It just took, you know, my reputation blowing up in my face for me to actually admit that and do that for myself. So I guess
so let's see, like, to be also to be honest with you here, like I'm also doing this video like maybe to gain traction, and let's see what the YouTube algorithm does. So I'm also honest here. And I also see this recently, like people are doing crazy stuff sometimes on YouTube just to get views. Yeah, I mean, it's like a sickness somehow, but as long as you are sane and do the right things, which I think I do, then everything is fine.
It was necessary. As painful as it was necessary. So yeah, I'm going to focus, moving forward, I'm going to focus on promoting other developers, crediting them in the video, uplifting other researchers and developers, and having just a huge focus on that rather than trying to be the guy, you know, the king who's the one who's doing all of this stuff. You know, part of it is just getting, you know, all that negative criticism to get into my head and help me realize that. Part of it is just like getting older. I'm 28 now. Looking back, I'm like, you know, 25. When I started the YouTube channel, I was, you know, younger, had a chip on my shoulder. I needed the world to know my name, you know. But now it's like,
oh, that's also another point. Like this, I don't know where it's coming from, but there's this term called immortality project, and that's basically, if I remember correctly, that people actually don't want to die. They want to leave the world with something that people remember from them. Like, I don't know, like maybe, for instance, Elon, he's creating something great like SpaceX, Tesla, and all these other companies, because if he leaves, if he's no longer with us, we still have something that we remember him for. I don't know, maybe he's acting because of that, but yeah, it's actually very deep and emotional if you think about that. Maybe you went through something similar. Maybe let me know in the comments, because this maybe look it up, Immortality Project. It's a quite crucial concept, and I think maybe I do it, or I think I do it quite often, or I think about it quite often, and I do it consciously, like being afraid to leave the world without giving a piece from you and leaving a piece from you here on planet Earth.
I don't care about, you know, being famous at all. Seriously. Like, obviously I don't. But I want to do something that makes me excited to get up in the morning. And that's what this YouTube channel is. And, you know, I've met so many people because of this YouTube channel and because of social media that I wouldn't have otherwise. And I don't want to give that up. So that's what I'll do. Moving forward, I'm going to promote other developers, and I'm going to not try to be the one who's like, not try to make it seem like I'm the guy who's doing everything. And I'm going to focus on quality over quantity, and not focus on trying to get 1 million subscribers, but trying to focus on, you know, making content that's meaningful to me and that I think is really going to be meaningful to other people. So thanks for watching.
So with that being said, I would say, guys, give him another chance. We'll see how he will do, and I really believe he will do better. I hope so at least, and I think he will create awesome content in the future. So let's see what happens. Also, I didn't find anything like suspicious on his like Twitter page. Of course, some people are hating on him, and I'm not sure if all of the people got their money back. I mean, if I would be affected, I would have a different point of view. Maybe I'm a bit biased here. Yeah, I mean, I'm also not watching every video of Siraj, but create, don't hate, and let's see what he comes up with in the future. And we can also see on Social Blade that he lost a lot of subscribers. Like for instance here, 40k, which is like insane. Yeah. So with that being said, that's the end of the video. If you could take something away from it, maybe learned a little bit of it, like Immortality Project and stuff like this, let me know in the comments. Let me also know what you think. And like the video, dislike the video, like I don't really care. If you could take something away from it and maybe gave you like a spark or that ignited inside of your brain, that's cool as well. You can still dislike my video. And I would say, see you in the next video. Peace.